Pet Villagers, this is Scott, the administrator at Seven Hills Animal Hospital, part of the Pet Village of Seven Hills. So we got a new fish for the aquarium here at the clinic the other day, and Dr. Bradshaw and I were talking about how we couldn't put two fish of this species together in the tank or else they're going to fight. And being the good doctor that he is, he was like, oh, the poor fish, it must be so lonely. And that inspired us to listen to a song by a guy named Hank Green about an anglerfish, link in the description. And that got me thinking about anthropomorphism, which is basically how we apply human attributes to animals, or we act like a particular animal or our pet has the same thoughts and feelings that we do. So this led me to read an article about amazing facts about cats, in which they talk about how cats have human-like emotions, which most of you cat owners already know, but how most experts disagree on really the depth and the range of these emotions. But also in this article it talked about how cats can jump around 5 times their own height, which is unbelievable. I mean, what if we could do that? You'd literally be able to jump over a house. Of course, the landing might be a little bit ugly, but if we evolved the ability to jump that high, you'd think we'd be able to land without breaking. Maybe we'd have boingy legs like a cat, or maybe we'd have a cool exoskeleton like these little buggers so we could land on our head and we wouldn't even feel it. And if cats can jump that high on the earth, how high do you think they can jump on the moon? I know it's something you've been wondering about for a long time, so have I. So I decided to try to figure it out. But knowing I couldn't possibly be the only one wondering about this, I did a quick web search and did find that there were others who were way ahead of me on this. Sort of. A whole country, in fact. I'll give you one guess who it was. Yeah, you got it, the French. Say hello to AstroCat, the first kitty in space. Turns out in 1963, while the Soviet Union was throwing dogs up there and the US was heaving chimps, France decided it'd be a great idea to toss up a cat. His name was Felix, and he went through some really intense training before finally figuring out what was going on, chickening out, and then escaping the facility. Luckily, they had a backup plan and another kitty named Felicette, I don't speak French, who, being a girl, didn't wet her pants and run away screaming, but instead made a successful trip to the edge of space and back in October of '63. Unfortunately, this doesn't answer our original question of how high a cat could jump on the moon, and I just know you're dying to hear the answer. Let's think a human first. Now, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 the gravity here on Earth, but it's not as simple as just multiplying by 6. There's more than just gravity to consider. There's also the speed at which a person can jump. Turns out a person can jump around 10 times higher on the moon than they can on the Earth. So if a person here could jump 18 inches, they'll be able to jump around 15 feet in the air on the moon. Now, I don't know if a cat's physiology would change anything, but if we assume a cat could hit that 10 times higher mark as well, a cat that could jump around 5 feet here on Earth could hit the 50-foot mark off the surface of the moon. Of course, that's without a spacesuit, but boy, what I wouldn't give to see that. Thanks for watching, and if you want to keep learning more about pets, vets, and what we think your pet would say if she could talk, please subscribe or check us out on Facebook.